Garrett what?
Don't we have one? Daddy.
What? Is Garrett the cutest boy?
Yes.
Love ya.
Love you too.
Hi, we're Scott and Julie Halpert, the co-founders of Garretts Space. Our precious son Garrett took his life 4 years ago when he was 23. We never would have imagined that this could happen to our child and to our family. Garrett was a blessing to all of us. He made this world a better place. He was kind and real and knew instinctively when someone was hurting. He would go out of his way to help, where most people would simply stand by.
Hi, I'm Eli Sugarman, a friend of Garrett's. In 7th grade, my Tourette's was at its absolute worst, and I remember one particular day in health class when I was getting laughed and jeered at quite a bit, and all of a sudden, Garrett came to my defense. He stood up and said, "Guys, he clearly just has a cold. Would you all leave him alone?" I'm 27 now, a long way from 7th grade, and I still think back on that moment all the time. I didn't have a cold, and I think Garrett knew that, and that Garrett, as a 7th grader, had the wisdom and compassion to come to the defense of someone vulnerable like me, I think speaks volumes about the type of guy that Garrett was.
Garrett was smart and so talented. He was one of the top tennis players in the state for his class. He also was a talented poet and performer, and willing to publicly share his own vulnerabilities and anxieties. He was just an amazing person with a soul that was good to the core. He soaked in what this world has to offer, but like many young people these days, Garrett also had his struggles. At times, these were severe, and though Garrett had every reason in the world to feel nothing but great about himself, he often saw the world through the distorted lens of social media. In a recent report on the mental health crisis impacting our nation's youth, the Surgeon General said, "We know that too often young people are inundated with messages through the media and popular culture that erode their sense of self-worth, telling them that they're not smart enough, good-looking enough, or popular enough." Garrett felt that others were happy in ways he wasn't. He lost perspective, and then he lost hope. He also felt alone in his struggles, and we know that isolation and feeling lonely are enormous hazards for young people, contributing significantly to the alarming rates of depression, anxiety, and suicide in this population.
So what would have made a difference for Garrett? We obviously can never know for certain, but through our journey, we learned that when it comes to mental health support, our healthcare system is nearly impossible to navigate and has huge gaps. After Garrett passed, Scott and I considered how we could make an impact for other young adults and their families by helping to fill those gaps. We started with what we believe might have helped Garrett and that he would have embraced. While at his graveside shortly after he died, we came up with the idea for a holistically focused residential center, a place that would be a haven and a source of connections, refuge, and healing for young adults facing significant mental health challenges.
I'm Victor Hong. I'm a psychiatrist. I'm the medical director of the Psychiatric Emergency Services at Michigan Medicine, and I'm a Garretts Space board member for the past several years. When I heard Garrett's story, I feel that his story represents so many stories and so many tragedies that we've had in this community. And I really feel that the promise of the residential center is that it gives some hope to the community. There are not a lot of even ideas of centers like this out there. This is a real opportunity to do something innovative and perhaps serve as a model throughout the country where somebody can receive holistic healing, adjunctive treatments, and a comprehensive way for them to connect with other people that we just really don't have in this community or really in this country.
This is our vision for Garretts Space. This will be a place where struggling young adults can be enveloped in a warm, caring community of therapists and peers, and in a physical space designed to encourage connections, and on land caressed by nature and its healing properties, with walking paths, gardens, and wooded areas. We're joined by an incredible team of mental health experts in our journey to create this place. We're also helping struggling young adults now through our innovative wellness program.
The wellness program consists of a few components. One is a support and connect group, and the other is a mood and movement focused group. We also have another component. It is a partnership with the University of Michigan Psychological Clinic, and that is an opportunity for caring supports in the lives of these young people to go through some training and education to learn how to best support their young person. The participants have responded incredibly, amazingly well. I think it's pretty tough for folks to share their mental health struggles and challenges, but when they come together in this group, they feel comfortable saying that. And then for others to be able to step up and say, ooh, I know exactly where you are, I've been there too. And watching those unfold has been really a beautiful thing.
There are so many gaps in our mental health system. And when I look at Garretts Space, and one of the reasons I got involved is because Garretts Space is looking at innovative ways of plugging some of those gaps. When people are in a crisis, but are not at the point or are not comfortable with being in an inpatient psychiatric hospital, they need other options. And that's really where Garretts Space comes in.
In everything we do, we're guided by our son Garrett's gentle spirit. We are merely continuing his work helping others. We believe that Garretts Space fulfills our mission of honoring Garrett's goodness while making a difference for so many young adults who are out there feeling alone and are having difficulty making it through each day. We need to turn the tide on this epidemic and get young people through these challenging times so they can experience the bright future that they deserve.